Hello, hello. Testing 1 2 3 1 2.
All right, Jeff, this sounds silly, but can you put your right arm up in the air? Thank you. Take it down.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 3 4, check 3 4. Can you hear me? How you doing? Okay.
Nice.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday evening from the Community Center. My name is Stone Waters. I am the director of the Community Center here, and I am joined with a very special guest tonight, the one, the only, the Mr. Jeff Brumfield.
Hello.
Woo! Yeah, woo! I'm also the audience for the show, so I do the woos on top of everything. Jeff, we go kind of like we don't go way back, but it's like because of the pandemic, it's like we kind of do go way back.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
before times.
Right? It feels like, you know,
Yeah.
we know each other now like 5 years,
Yeah.
which is like a substantial amount of time.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I first moved here in 2019. So
Yeah. So let's
met you not too long after.
right. Well, okay, we'll get to don't jump the fucking
Oh,
gun.
well, my
Okay,
bad,
dude.
my bad.
Come on, dude. All right, cool. Where did you? I want to get to your very origins.
Okay.
Where were you born, and where were you raised?
Nice. I was born in New Orleans.
Nice.
Born in New Orleans.
Okay.
Raised in Normal, Illinois.
Yeah. How long did you live in New Orleans?
I was young. I was only like 5, maybe
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Do you go back there often now? Do you have family there now?
Yeah. My dad's side of the family's from there, so
Okay.
I go when I can. I haven't been in forever, but I'm going for a bachelor party
That's cool.
in June.
It's like the best city in my outside of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just walk around with alcohol.
It's
Chicago
fun,
needs to
right?
be
That's fun.
Open carry.
It's like Las Vegas, but it's like charming.
Right.
It's charming Vegas.
Actually, I'm going to Vegas too for another bachelor party.
Also, I think
July.
underrated. People are like, Vegas, it's all. I'm like, I don't know. You walk around with alcohol, just go like
Did you
gamble.
stay on the strip?
Yeah,
Cool.
but not always. I mean, okay. If you want to just go and like hang out and have a good time in Vegas, then absolutely. Go wander the strip, get drunk out in public, go drop, money just indiscriminately everywhere.
Slots, yeah.
Little slots, big slots, table, whatever. Doesn't matter. Do it all. That's my thing. Go buy tickets to a show. All like the Cirque du Soleil shows, they're good.
Really?
They're real. They're not. They're there for a reason. Those are legit. If you were like a serious gambler, then no, you stay the fuck away from the strip. You don't go there at all. You go to some place called like Golden Dick's Corral.
Where is that?
I don't know. I just made it up, but that's where you want to go. You know what I mean? Where it's just like. The cocktail waitress is like 95, and she's just like, I've been doing this since, you tip me a quarter, and I'm happy. That's where you want to be. Because that's where you can, because they're like, no, not if you have a gambling problem. We don't have to. Some people enjoy
old ladies
doing. That's just a perk, but you're right. Yeah. It is for me.
Clad old
if you asked me, if you were like, "Hey Stone, what's part of it for you for Vegas?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I do kind of want to go where like I want them to have some stories."
I mean, actually, yeah.
I don't know.
These young whippersnappers don't.
Well, what else? Right.
Stripes.
It's like, okay, yeah, good for you. I'm gonna have to tip you $5 a drink, and just like. I could look.
Nah, I think
whatever.
It's like,
anyway, sorry. So
you just gotta. I only tip $1 or $2. I'm not trying to tip $5. I mean, depending on. I tip maybe every.
It is
drink.
2023, and you are on camera, so
Well,
you have to say.
Okay.
You are legally obligated to say that you
I tip per
$9 per drink. Right.
No, no, because I will die on this hill. Should not be tipping 50% for a fucking $5 drink.
Sure. Agreed. Yep.
But I mean, I'm not gonna do exactly 20% on like a $2 drink. That's like that's just pinching pennies. So,
I think 20% kicks in with the drinks like $10 or more.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
I'll tip $2 on a $10 drink.
That's fine.
On a $5 drink, that's $1.
Yeah.
On a $3 drink, that's $1.
Yeah.
Right. $7 drink.
10. Okay.
$1. It depends on if I'm closing on, where it's at.
Okay. Yeah. We should like write the tipping bylaws.
Also,
so we can all
tipping is just bad in general. We shouldn't have to do it. The rest of the world has it right. Mm-hmm. And then there are all these thought pieces that are like, hey, if you think that, fuck you.
Well, it's like, because usually the people's argument are like, your boss should be paying you more.
But it's like, that's not the reality. So,
right.
Right. Yeah. But like, someone has to, at some point, be the person to be like, hey, I'm that asshole who's going to be Joan of Arc.
Yeah, we need someone who's already hated, though. Like, or no. We need someone who's very well liked. That way everyone else can get on board.
Like, we need the, like, Time magazine piece.
Yes.
That's like, Tom Hanks doesn't tip anymore. Here's why.
Stop tipping.
Oh, fuck. It would do it. Yeah.
We need to get a PR firm, or we'll start a PR firm.
Yeah.
Get Mr. Hanks.
He'd be like, yeah, Rita got me onto the idea, and it made a lot of sense, and we just don't do it anymore. And instead, we just donate to charity every time we go out to eat.
Yeah. We donate
it's like, okay,
$25,000.
no one else is going to do that. But
if we can't get
thank you for, okay.
We can get Chet Hanks.
No, we don't want Chet Hanks. of the other Hanks we want. No, I will say this for Chet Hanks. Can we say this? I'm going to say it.
Uh-oh.
He's hot. He's like, he is of the three Hanks men.
Who's the other one?
Colin Hanks.
I have no idea.
You know Colin Hanks?
Existence of
He was on The Other Guys with Bradley Whitford. and he's been on a bunch of stuff.
The Other Guys. The Will Ferrell movie?
No. TV show on Fox. Very short-lived.
Oh,
About 2016. Anyway, Colin Hanks is a legit. I just named not his best. I don't know what his. I'm taking everything in me not to pull my phone out right now. I was like promised myself that I was not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that. But anyway, Colin, if you're watching, comment with like what we should remember Colin Hanks for.
He's not dead.
Oh God, no. No, and every day he looks more and more like young Tom Hanks. He's like he is the heir apparent to Tom Hanks, right?
Gotcha.
And then there's Chet.
Then there's Chet.
Who's like full on MAGA, like trying to be like, hey, I'm fucked up.
Maybe Chet's just misunderstood.
I don't think that's it. I think he's cashing in on some counterculture bullshit.
Just being contrarian just for the sake of it type of shit. I feel that.
But then, and this is why it's amazing you don't know about Colin Hanks. Storied career of his own, Colin Hanks.
But you can't remember anything.
No, sure can't. He's been in a ton of shit though. But enough shit. But let me just say,
show on Fox from 2016.
I did. I did. That was the only thing I could think of. The enough shit though that he got targeted as a nepo baby.
Oh.
Which fair, right? If you're Tom Hanks' kid.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're Tom Hanks,
you're a nepo baby. And then here's how Tom Hanks handled it, which like you would think America's essentially dad at this point, right?
Daddy Hanks
would be like, yeah, you're right, or anything like that, right? Instead, he goes, well, this is just part of the family business. If we ran a laundromat, we'd have the kids would all chip in at some point, and that's the same thing. And it's like Tom Hanks, for a million apparent reasons to all of us, that is not at all the same thing.
Yeah.
That you don't have like tens of thousands of people clamoring for a crack at a gig at that laundromat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like,
true. Yeah, not the same thing at all.
Not at all.
How do you feel about nepo babies?
Oh, I hate
them. You hate them?
I don't like them. I think that I'm glad that we are calling them out.
But what about the ones
who are good?
Yeah, because it's like, what is the point of my family member being some famous fuck if I'm not going to be able to just get roles because I'm related to them?
like, good for them. You're right. From their perspective, sure.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about their perspective.
Touche, yeah.
Okay. I've been in this world for most of my life now, and no, I have and I've seen the very first play I did.
Dude, I don't know why I just took that on such a metaphysical.
No. Okay,
I've been on this. I completely misunderstood.
Been dealing with people making it, not making it for most of my life, right? Okay, and I've seen how it goes one way or another, and so from where I'm sitting firmly, those who make it absolutely are usually pretty fucking talented, right? Like, you don't make it without being good. But the scope of, and I think you know this too, we all know this, of who's good in the world is actually pretty big. There's a lot of people out there who are real good, and 99% of them aren't going to get seen by the right eyes at the right time. And so it's okay, good for you that you came up and then you were good. And yeah, if you're Tom Hanks, baby, and you're good, you're gonna make it. And also, I'm even gonna layer onto that one more that being good is dependent on talent and God-given ability, but also circumstance, right? Like you can make good if you put someone. So I was just saying, the very first play I was ever in was with Emma Stone.
Really?
Uh-huh. And she was, at the time, great. We all knew, like, okay, she's great. She's a very strong member of this ensemble. But then also, she petitioned her parents to move to Los Angeles at age like 13, 14, and did that and started auditioning and started pushing that at an early age and started, really pushed to coalesce circumstance with ability, right?
Yeah.
And not everyone gets to, and that's what it is. Isn't that what they say? Like luck is the combination of preparation and timing or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you can game that. And
so for Emma Stone, she kind of like came from the ground up. You're saying
but I'll also say like her father essentially ran the Scottsdale Country Club. They had a lot of resources, and they had the resources to be able to say exactly, yeah, sure, you and your mom are just going to go live in Southern California while you pursue this for the next, several years, whatever it takes. I don't know what the end game they were thinking was. Obviously, it worked, so they didn't need to think about it in an end game. But
no, I see what you're saying. That's a very good point, though.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody who has to give up a dream because they need to support, like maybe they have a fuck ton of siblings or something, and they need to just start working at super young to help feed their like brothers.
That's
or
different,
some shit.
right?
And wouldn't be able to just say, "No, guys, I have plans.
I got
big
plans. Actually, you can't tap into me and my livelihood because God has decided better for me, and I'm sure plenty have tried, right? But like, actually, nope, thank you, nope, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
But no, yeah.
There's way more people that. So, what do you think? Do you think it's more on the like producers, or I guess the people actually casting these roles? Like,
For me personally, absolutely.
Okay.
I think like, as far as like fixing the like representation in the entertainment world. It's 100% on. In fact, I was just talking about this with someone else about the issue of like non-binary performers and how. God damn it! You just started hosting this show, by the way.
sorry, no.
No, you're totally fine. But I'll just say real quickly that like the big concern with like non-binary performers not wanting to participate necessarily because they don't feel like I'm not represented in either category, actor or actress, is okay, well, if to accommodate them, we just make it one category, then, men are just going to dominate, and go on, which I think is like a fair concern. But like, sorry, what would you ask again? Now I just like on a tangent.
Just like if you got a. If there needs to be an overhaul in the people who are
okay, yeah. So I think that like, that's a fair concern, but like that just serves to exacerbate the issue of like the people who get nominated, the people who win are only the people who get nominated, and the people who get nominated are only the people who get the gigs, right? And so as long as we are just creating gigs for cis white people again and again and again, then like we can't be surprised. We can't be like, Oscar's so white.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not the Oscars' fault necessarily,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, no, they had that one black nominee. They could have picked that. And it's like, okay, you're right. They could have, but like, they got 10 people in this category. That's like 1 out of 10 at this point. Like, don't put it on the Oscars to be picking 1 out of 10. Put it on the producers to be saying, hey, we're not just going to, and I feel like we have seen movement in the last several years of like producing more work with, a greater diversity of people. But when we think about like awards, getting back to like my example, like that goes to like prestige projects, right? Which like we understand are certain types of projects. It's like this is designed to win awards. We're going to pour a shit ton of money in it. We're going to get the best cinematographer and the best, exactly. We're going to get all the best for all these, everything. And as long as those projects are disproportionately still geared towards cis white people, which they are, then those are the projects that were designed to win awards. So of course they do,
Gotcha.
So yeah, I do think that ultimately, to get back to what you're asking, it is on the people producing work to step up and say hey, forget who I work for, forget anything. Let me think about me as a person. And is what I'm going to produce in my lifetime going to be representative of the community that I want to be representing?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right? And if it's oh no, I'm going to produce a bunch of shit with a bunch of, again, cis white people, then yeah, it's on you to think about, how do I not, right? And if enough of the people who are responsible for doing that work are thinking in that way, I think that's where we maybe start to see some real change, along with the writers, who I think that we've got plenty of writers who are already thinking that way. They're just wanting to get their shit produced.
Yeah, you just need
the
monies.
That's me talking about that shit for a whole bunch. All right, so you, when did you move to Chicago?
April
Big old pivot.
2019.
Yeah.
So 4 years ago now.
So right before the pandemic.
Right before, I had one good Chicago summer. It was the best summer of my life.
I bet, right? In some ways.
Yeah, because when I look back, it's ignorance is bliss type of shit. I had no idea everything would change so much. So yeah.
The last 3 summers, I've been no, this summer is the one where it's going to be fully back. And can I just say it one more time? I feel this summer though is gonna be for sure. We're back now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met a single I don't think I know a single person who's called off sick for COVID or anything.
No. It hasn't been a thing.
People, yeah.
No, it's number 6 on the list now. It's not even. We got a bunch of others now. So what? But what was that like for you? So you moved out here, and I mean, because I knew you, even kind of back then, and you were doing the stuff. Even before you officially moved to Chicago, you were coming out here and doing mics and doing the commute from Indiana. Is that right?
No, from Aurora.
From Aurora. Okay, but may as well be Indiana, right?
Damn.
Sorry, but I've done that drive.
It's still 45 minutes. Depending on traffic.
In good traffic, right? So what was that like for you? Coming out and hitting it hard, and then all of a sudden, 4 or 5 months later.
Yeah, it was something, man. It was just that loss, just that feeling of getting the rug pulled from under you. Because I felt like I started getting all this momentum, and then. I started planning all these trips and stuff, and then all of a sudden can't do anything.
Right. Oh, so you were you hitting that point where you're maybe wanting to do some tour, mini tour, or
at least just start getting out of Illinois more at least. So I had to.
And that's where kind of where the money is, right?
Right. Yeah. It's where you can do more time.
Yep.
Is where you can,
because they don't have 7 comics on their disposal when they're right. They got you and the feature and right
liner type of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was just. But then just to see how the creative ways that people still, were able to put out content or just still be entertaining. I thought was really, really interesting to see because it's
who were you? So because we all tried different shit during the pandemic. I feel who now that we're not out of it but kind of past it, who are you most jealous of? Oh man, I wish I thought of what that person was doing. Is there anyone?
No, there's no one I'm jealous of because it's anyone. If I'm glad to see anyone eat. Really.
Sure.
So especially if I
But I just
consider
mean
them a
creatively.
friend.
I mean,
Oh,
forget
yeah.
that. Just like, that was a great.
No one in particular, I guess.
Yeah.
Just seeing how fast, like the silly shit that pops off on
Sure.
TikTok. I'm like, okay, I could have thought of that when I was in like junior high or some shit, but like, I don't know. I don't want to. But now I'm sounding like I'm like, oh, these people are immature putting out content.
No, not at all. But like that's.
It's just like I'm like, okay, that went viral. Like, this is literally stupid.
But that's like, I don't know. When I was more focused on creating content in Chicago, like that's all we did was just like, how can we be like as stupid and smart at the same time? Like how can we make the dumb people think that we're idiots and the smart people think that we're the smartest people in the room?
I see what you're saying,
Like
yeah.
all in one. And the good, I think there's a lot of good shit that's coming out now that kind of hits that exactly.
I feel that, man.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you are you what are you producing now? Are you on any shows like as a producer?
Yeah, right now I'm producing Tight Ship.
Okay.
It's in South Loop every week, every
That's
Thursday.
what I thought. I just wanted to ask you instead of just saying in case you were be like, no, actually, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that actually pissed me off.
Actually, I told you not to bring that up.
But no, Tight Ship, that's on Thursdays. And then me and my buddy Adam Adis, another comic.
Okay, yeah.
We produce a show called Cosmic Comedy. We've only done one so far, but
You've done 1 million so far. And
but hopefully we can like.
where's that at?
So the first one we did was at Rizzo's in Wrigley.
Sure.
But
yeah.
we were like, let's find somewhere else.
Okay.
And,
So TBD.
So yeah, we're just on the hunt for a space. So.
And Tight Ship you do with Dominic, or is that
that's
no?
with
Never mind.
that's with John Gasper.
Oh,
Chris
okay.
Connie,
Yeah.
Pat Bulldog, and then I do run an open mic on Mondays. With
That's what I was
Donovan.
thinking of. Yeah.
Donovan.
Donovan. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah. Donovan. I'm so sorry.
That's at Taylor Street Tap.
Also in the South Loop,
Yeah.
which is where that's where. Okay. Yeah. What do you think about like? Because I get a lot of like up and coming stand-ups who come through here, maybe get their headshots taken or whatever. Whatever we got going on here. Who sometimes they're like, I'm gonna make them sound terrible. How do I get booked? I want to get on showcases. How do I do? And like, I never personally like tell people, oh, the best way to do it is to go and start your own showcase and get in your position where you're booking some people,
Right,
and then people will start to, because I don't think that that's the right path for not even just everyone, like most people.
Right. Yeah.
But
To be a producer.
that is like, if you can do it, it is a good path, right? Because you can, like, especially if you are, talent as well, right? Like, you create opportunity for other people, and then those people, like, it all feeds on itself, right? And so, like, what are your thoughts on that as far as like sort of juncture for people's careers in the community?
Like whether or not they should be producers or
be thinking about that. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are thinking about like, oh yeah, I'll just start, and then they just like find some corner bar, and then all of a sudden, it's like more than you maybe. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Not to tell you what you're saying, but
That's a good question because that is kind of what I did, but
yeah,
that's just because I saw that's how things work. Like
sure.
I only, when I first started here, I'm like, okay, they're putting up people they know will do well, or they're putting up people who book them.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, why not just start something? But you make a good point in that most people are not cut out to be producers.
Right.
It's just like
It's a whole different skill
it's
set.
a whole different thing.
And it like kind of like, in my mind, and sorry to bring this up to push my own agenda, but like it kind of does like fuck with things a little bit, because it's like, okay, you got this certain set of people who are just like really fucking good, and they're gonna just go be really good, and it doesn't really matter. You can get booked on, it doesn't matter. And then you got these other people who are like okay, and if they had opportunities, maybe they could become pretty good, right? But of that group, this weird little sect that can produce is gonna like push out because they can create those opportunities. And I'm even probably guilty of that myself. Like, why the fuck are we here? I own this building. Like, but I think I do actually think it's really interesting how like that sort of plays out.
Yeah.
And do you think, and I guess like what it comes down to is like, do you think that outside of producing, like, let's say you are someone who's pretty good, but not like, at killing it level, maybe isn't cut out to be a producer. What else could you be doing?
So the advice I was given when I was first starting out is be undeniably funny.
Sure. Okay.
Which I
so
mean,
just
like,
be really good. Yeah.
It
Okay.
sounds like, it kind of sounds like I'm being like a dickhead, but it's just like, just get good until people are like, oh, well, this person kills at any time they touch the microphone. It's like, then you can kind of shoots and ladders your way past through all the other roadblocks.
So we're talking about that first group, though. We're talking about those people who like, they're real good, so they like, get to, but like that's
just
not
just like right. I mean,
because I've been around people. Because I've been around long enough to see people who, like, honestly, for real, 5-10 years ago in the scene, I would like have chats with friends who I'd be like, did you see, like, holy fuck, they're so fucking bad. Like, how are they doing, like, why are they still, doing shows every night, okay? But I've also been around long enough to have seen 5 years later some of those people being staples of our community now. It's because they kept going and kept getting the reps in and kept doing that. And so, like, if you produce your own show, that gives you an opportunity, obviously, to get those reps in, like, quickly, right? But, like we're talking about, not everyone's set up to be a producer. So maybe it is just, like, keep your head down and just go all the mics you can and just keep at it.
Really, it comes down to
maybe there isn't something else, but
also I would say, like, I know people, because people ask me that a lot too, like, how do I get booked more? One thing that helped me get booked when I started out in Chicago is like physically go to the shows you want to get booked on. People are like, these guys never book me. They don't know you exist.
You need to know who they are, right?
Yeah, you just send them a random DM. They're gonna be like, okay, we might get to you, but you go to a show. People who do produce and you stand up, they remember you. They're like, oh yeah, it was cool. They came and hung out.
And it's not just go to the very first month that we started doing headshots here, I had a young up and coming stand up come through here, and she like, it was so funny because she like came in, put her bag down, and was like, hey, I just want to say it's so nice that you guys are doing these like inexpensive headshots for us and like really good for the community. Okay, so I'm ready. All right. So anyway. How do I get booked on showcases? And what am I doing wrong? I'm just like, boom. And so like, we just talked about it, but I was just like, and that's kind of what I told her is like, are you going to the shows? But beyond that, when you go to the show, do you know exactly who it is who's producing that show? Who's booking that show? Do you know who it is who you need to make sure that you're saying like, hey to, and not at that show, but at other stuff. Like, do you, make your own, like, it seems stupid. I know that, like, our industry has a trillion fucking dumb as shit Google Docs going on, but make your own dumb shit Google Doc. And, like, no, like, okay, when I go to this, I'm not just going, but I'm going to go to talk to this person and these people and, make sure that they're seeing what I'm doing. And if I don't get up, let them know, whatever it is. And it's like, that seems like, and I don't mean to, now I'm going to sound old as shit, because I'm going to call out the younger generation, but like that seems like the level of hustle that a younger generation doesn't necessarily want to do. And from who I've been talking to, and I guess my answer to that would be, then if you're not willing to go and do that in-person work, then you better be producing the best fucking digital content that any, and that's your calling card, right?
Yeah.
And so you can be sending, you still have to find out who those people are, but you need to just be sending them, hey, I'm this person who's getting, 5-figure likes on my shit.
Right.
And so even though I'm unproven, come book me. And that also, like, that's hard. Not everyone can.
It's not,
you get it.
It goes back to what you were talking about with the like Nepo baby thing. It's like
it all goes back to the Nepo babies.
It's like there's no shortcut to, if you're not already rich, if you're not already famous or have connections like that, there's no shortcut other than just getting good and networking. Write your ass off and network your ass off. It's literally the grind, like you can't have the luxury of being like, well, I know I'm so talented, why don't they notice me? It's like, it's just get out of it. You just gotta, people can't be.
And while we're just being like old assholes mansplaining to the world about success right now, let me add.
If people ask,
if anyone cares,
it's like your book, shit.
But I would also add, like, because you just said like write a shit ton, which I think is always like, everyone always hears that, and it's like the hardest advice to take, right? Like, don't worry about what you're writing being the thing. Just do it and just write, and also be open to that maybe you start working on something that's not what you want to be known for, but just might be the thing that you have the right insight into for the world to tap into, And so just like, that's why we write. We don't write because we're trying to write the perfect thing that we think we should write. We write because we're putting our voice out there, and hopefully we find something that resonates with people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, that's like what. Did you watch? Have you seen John Mulaney's new special yet? Big J?
I really liked it.
I did too. Yeah.
Phenomenal storyteller, man.
Absolutely. But you like talk about like resonating with people. Like I think there was a lot in there that was like. Before I saw it, I read like some review of it who was like, he's become a bad man, and apparently he just leans into it. And I was just like, okay, I'm interested in watching this, but like, and it's like, I mean, yes, that's technically true, but I don't think that he's like really trying to lean into like, I'm a bad boy, but so much of that was just like, okay, these are human struggles, and it's relatable, and like
tearing down or like pulling back the curtain a bit.
Right, we all know how like we should be behaving, and then we don't all like ever feel that way. And he just kept mining on that, like, and he probably could have done another hour. So
I keep thinking about when he was like. He's like, I go to rehab, and then no one knew who the fuck I was. He's like leaving out articles. I'm not spoiling.
Yeah, it's fine. But, I thought about that too, but I also did think about like, if I was in rehab and I saw John Mulaney there, I would totally just be like, oh, okay, hi. Like, just like trying to ignore and pretend like I didn't know who he was.
Oh, you're a comedian?
Oh, a comedian. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like comedy. Okay, very neat. Very neat. Very neat. From Jersey or so? Oh, okay. Or I don't know. I watched it. I'm a Phoenix Suns fan, and things happened last. You an NBA fan?
No, I always go to like the game, but
no. All right, we don't have to get predictions then. But anyway, things got violent last night. I needed something and I watched that special on, and I was like wheeze laughing.
Really?
Oh yeah, like whole sections.
Love a good guttural laugh.
It was real good. All right, what in your mind for you So we talked about you moved here in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
You like hit sort of the circuit hard.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hit on this, but I'm gonna get this wrong. But it was like, I don't know, maybe about 6 months ago, a few months ago, you had your debut at Comedians You Should Know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a big milestone.
Yeah.
That's like real big. That's cool.
It was last year. So
Last year, but like at the end of last year, right?
Towards the end
maybe
of
like
last
6 months
year.
ago or so. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
6 months ago, like I'm right, like 6 months. Sorry,
it was exactly 6 months ago. In the
no,
year
but that's.
Lord,
I mean, if you don't know, Comedians You Should Know. Like whenever people say to me like, "Hey, Stone, I want to like see comedy in Chicago." First I always ask, like, do you want to see improv, sketch, or stand up? And if you want to see stand up, I say like, go to the Lincoln Lodge. But if you can, and you're, the right night, go to see Comedians You Should Know.
Nice, that is it's a very fun show. I was,
Yeah.
I remember when I lived in Aurora and I was still like just doing the mics at the Comedy Shrine. I found out about Comedians You Should
Shout out to the Comedy Shrine.
R.I.P. I don't think they are.
What's out in Aurora now? It's the Bit.
Oh, that's a new.
I think it's more like sketch and improv.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, gotcha.
yeah.
When I was still in Aurora, I emailed them. They were like, and on their website, they're like, if you don't have 10 minutes of comedy, just like, don't waste our time or whatever.
Yep.
And I was like, they don't know I don't have 10 minutes. So I still emailed them, and I was like,
"They'll find out."
These motherfuckers, yeah. I'm like, these motherfuckers didn't even respond. Like, and then I moved here, and I was like, oh, I would have looked like an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I did CYSK. And then I just did a JFL audition at CYSK.
How'd that go? Oh shit, yeah. How'd that go?
Pretty well, man. It was a ton of fun. It was probably the most nervous I'd ever been.
I'm not surprised. Yeah,
but it was a lot of fun. Everyone did well. Like,
but how did you do?
I think I did well.
Yeah,
I did pretty good.
Are you waiting or are you?
Yeah, still waiting. Okay. Someone told me though, it's like if they want you, they'll hit you up. If they don't, they won't say anything.
Right.
So it's like I'm just preparing to get ghosted by Canada.
Yeah, you gotta just put out of mind.
Right. Yeah.
And that honestly, like for like people who are just trying to be actors, that's like the way it works most of the time. Yeah. So it's just like you go audition, and then you just put it out of your fucking mind.
Right. Yeah. And, lucky for me, the end of this month has been like the busiest I've been maybe my entire life for real. Like, because I did the audition, but then like I didn't really have a chance to process, I guess, because I'm doing a trial for The Onion.
Okay,
pre-trial.
cool.
I'm doing a pre-trial for The Onion.
Sure.
So it's like, so then right after that, I'm like, okay, I need to think of 10 headlines.
Yep.
Day.
Honestly, like every morning, probably just thinking 10 headlines.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, knowing how that goes. Yeah,
man. But yeah, that's such a good point. Yeah, you just gotta like shelf it.
Right. And just like if it happens, it happens. Yeah. Cool, but
they're like, hey, come on up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot I auditioned. No.
But that's honestly like I've seen a lot of people who had a lot of talent who just like dwell on every little opportunity, and they do the audition, and they're like, all right, good feelings, everyone, and they post about every audition. It's like the people who are really successful, it's like they get those auditions and you do it and then just put it out of mind, because honestly you're gonna get another one, and if you keep doing them every month or two, all of a sudden something hits and then another thing hits, and then and then
it's also like, you know about development hell. If you go out on the internet and be like, I got this great audition, they accepted me, or like do a play-by-play of each step, it's like, it might not even come out. It might get it might get shelved or
You go through all of it, and then all of a sudden, So
and then people are like, didn't you post about this? And you're like,
fuck. Yeah, exactly.
It fell
Sorry.
through.
Oh, poop. Facebook. I don't know what words I'm not allowed to say. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's. I get it. But it sounds like you're in a really good spot.
Dude, yeah, I'm having the time of
feeling
my
good?
life. Yeah, man, feeling good.
Cool.
Fucking traveling more. I was just in Columbus, so
Right?
like,
Yeah. Just in Columbus.
just in Columbus, seeing the sights.
Yeah, let me know next time you go out there. One of my buddies is like the #1 party DJ in Columbus.
Really, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely will. Yeah.
But that's cool. That's exciting. What if you had like one milestone or thing you'd like to hit in the next like year?
This kind of terrifies me to even say out loud.
All right.
But
Yeah, but it's just us. No one's watching
right.
this.
No one's.
Literally, but like maybe 2 people are watching this.
Within the next year, if not year, then like hardline 2 years. I want to go full time, like
Yeah.
or I want to be able to support myself just off of telling jokes. How I will do that, I have no idea.
We'll figure it out.
And really, the fact I even just said that, I'm like, there's like a voice in the back of my head, like, you idiot.
You go fuck
What are
yourself.
Yeah.
Why did you do
What
that?
the fuck are you talking about?
You know what? I think that like that is a goal that a lot of people have, and I think the fact that you're like even like a little bit allowing yourself to say it out loud is an acknowledgement that honestly you're probably closer to that goal than a lot of people in this town. So like feel good about that, my dude. Seriously.
Appreciate it.
And thank you so much for coming to be here.
Thanks for having me. This is a great space.
Thank you. Yeah, our fun little everything. All right, hold on. Let me do my. Here we go. Coming up at the Comedy Community Center, The Lookout, our advanced improv ensemble, starts their performances Thursday, February fuck my ass. Thursday, this Thursday, May 3rd or 4th. I don't know which one it is. And then also Friday as well. And then you want to know something? The next week we're going to do a Thursday and Friday as well. You can find information about that at comedycommunity.org. We are doing some more headshot sessions. I think we just have 2 slots left, and they're at bad times. 10 a.m. Sunday or 6 p.m. on Saturday. But if you want either of those, you can still get them at comedycommunity.org. And then after our workshop series from The Lookout, which honestly has been really cool to work on for the last 12 weeks, and I'm excited for those performances to happen. But starting on the 9th, on Tuesdays, we will start our UCB improv training program work through. And we do still have a couple slots available for that, and so go ahead and sign up for that as well. Other than that, check out anything we got going on at our Instagram at Comedy Community Center or Comedy Community. It's one of those two. If you do at Comedy Community and it doesn't come up, then add a center. If it does, then you got it. Anyway, thank you so much again, dude, for coming.
Absolutely.
And we will see you soon. Jerry, I think we can go out.